Put some of the photos in there. Okay, so here we go. First thing, just so I have it on record, say your name, what your name is, where and when you were born, where you went to high school.
Well, I was born in Westmont, Illinois, right off the suburb of Chicago, back in 1925. I stayed in Chicago. My dad came there. He raised 7 kids in Chicago. He left northern Michigan because he wanted to get into baseball. He thought maybe he could get into the Cubs, in Chicago Cubs. Had a chance to get into the minor league. Depression came. That was it. So we decided to build basements instead. But we stayed there till maybe I was about 4 years old, and we decided to come back to Michigan because my dad couldn't find work. Depression came, and that's when we came back. It probably took us a week or so to get back. We had 7 kids, 2 cars. My older brother was 13, 14, and he had to drive one of the cars all the way in.
So how old were you and where were you when you first heard about Pearl Harbor on December 7th? Do you remember?
Yep. I was in Dollar Bay. I heard it on the radio. We never had television those days.
What'd you think? I mean, what?
Well, I figured I'm going to have to go to war if it keeps up. Because I wasn't that old to get drafted. So.
But you enlisted underage, right?
Yeah, I was 17 when I enlisted. Yeah, I tried to get into the Navy, but I went. There was 4 of us from the same town. Couldn't find no work. Figured we'll leave school and we'll go. So join up. 2 of them got in the Navy. 1 got into the Army, and I couldn't get in the Navy because I was colorblind. So I was just ready to go out. They said, "Want to go in the Army?" I in Marines. I says, "No." I says, "I wanted." He said, "We'll put you in the Seabees. It's a branch of the Navy." Well, I'll try that. So that's why I went into the Seabees.
So where did you do your basic training? Where did that have? What was that like?
Basic training was done in Rhode Island. Yeah, we had to go to get when we left Calumet, Michigan. We went to Marquette, Michigan. Then from there, if you wanted to go home or go straight in, I went straight in right into Rhode Island. I think it was called Camp Perry, and I spent my basic training there. I don't know, maybe 2 months, 3 months. It wasn't very long.
What did you do in basic training?
Actually, we were trained by the Marines. The Navy was trained by the Marines. But most of the guys that were in the Seabees, they weren't. I was only 17, going on 18, and most of the guys, a lot of the guys were 50 and 40 and 30, because they were already established in business, because they were carpenters. They were cooks. They were everything. Even our commanding officer, he owned his own business in Minnesota.
So you were there for a couple months.
Yeah.
And where did you get shipped off from there? Where did you go first?
Well, I think we come home for a little while. I don't know how long it was, and then they decided we were going to have to go overseas because it was getting rough over the Pacific. So I left there and we went into Gulfport, Mississippi, right off of Louisiana, right in that area. And we stayed there for maybe a week. And then we departed from there to get on a ship to go overseas.
How long did it take?
That's a big thing, how long it took. We got on a ship, we had to go through the Panama Canal to get out of there. And we got up into a convoy after the Panama Canal, and we had to go sideways, crossways, back and forth. And the ship I was on, something happened. We wouldn't move no more. We were in a big convoy. So the other convoy wasn't going to wait for us. They were going to go. So here we are. We got everybody in our ship that can fix anything. So we had to get them to fix it. It took maybe a few days or so to get it going a little bit. So we ended up going a different way. We went to Bora Bora from there. And we stayed in Bora Bora for a while till we got it real fixed. So that was nice. Natives, everything right there, throwing coins off of the ship at them, diving for them. we thought we were in paradise.
Where did you go from Bora Bora? Where did you go from there?
I think we went from there, then we got back in, and we got back onto another convoy. And we went into one of the islands, it's been about 70 years ago, it's a long time to remember. But I think we went to Saipan from there. And then from Saipan we hit all the little islands all the way up. Gilbert Islands, all of them all the way up.
So you were on a Liberty ship probably, right?
And we had a troop ship to go up.
Oh, troop ship.
And
Okay.
after we got where we went, we had all our equipment. It wasn't all our equipment on the ship. We had to take it off, and every time we go, we put it back on and take it off and go again. That's how we had bulldozers. We never had no big guns. And we were called the fighting Seabees, but we never had guns. We had gun to hold for ourselves, but no big guns,
So what did the Seabees do when you were going to an island? What would the Seabees, the Marines and the Seabees, what would they give you to
The
do?
biggest thing that we had to do was making airstrips. We had to get on the island, put behind the Marines.
Oh, you want to get that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn it off a while.